Hi, I'm Becky Bingay,
And I'm Carol Joy Harris.
and this is California State Proposition 2. You will see it on your ballot as authorizes bonds for public school and community college facilities. It is a legislative statute. Carol Joy, what is the question raised by Prop 2?
The question is, should the state authorize $10 billion in general obligation bonds for repair, upgrade, and construction of facilities at K 12 public schools, including charter schools and community colleges?
Now, what is the current situation? How many schools and colleges are there in California?
Currently, there are about 10,000 K 12 public schools statewide, including about 1,300 charter schools and 115 local community colleges that offer associate degrees and other programs for adults.
Is there information on the current state of California public schools?
Yes, according to a 2020 publication from the Public Policy Institute of California, 38% of California students attend schools that don't meet minimum facility standards, and 15% of students attend schools with extreme deficiencies such as gas leaks, power failures, and structural damage.
Who pays for facility costs related to these schools and colleges?
The state and the school districts usually share the cost for renovation and new construction almost equally. The state uses voter approved bonds for its share of these costs. Both school districts and community college districts are expected to pay the remaining project costs using local funds.
And what does Proposition 2 propose?
Well, Prop 2 authorizes $10 billion in state general obligation bonds for repair, upgrade, and construction of education facilities.
And how would that be distributed?
$8.5 billion of that would be allocated for renovations, repairs, and construction of K 12 schools, and $1.5 billion would be allocated for community college improvements. Of that money, Prop 2 allows up to $115 million to be used for reducing lead levels in water at public school sites.
How would the funds be awarded?
K 12 funds would be awarded after a competitive application process on a first come, first served basis. Extra funding can be allocated to build a new classroom or to renovate an existing classroom to be used for transitional kindergarten. This extra funding would also cover projects supporting low income students, English learners, or foster youth.
Does Prop 2 cover all these costs?
No, districts would need to raise their own local bonds and apply to the state facilities program for a matching grant to receive funding.
How are these funds awarded to community colleges?
Colleges would submit a plan listing their statewide project priorities. The governor and the legislature would then select specific projects to fund.
And is there oversight on community college funding?
Oh, yes. The districts would be required to complete certain tasks to help ensure that the bond funds are spent as intended.
What is the fiscal impact of Proposition 2?
There would be increased state costs of about $500 million annually for 35 years to repay the bond. Payments would be made from the state general fund. This would be less than 0.5% of the state's total general fund budget.
So, what do supporters say about Prop 2?
Supporters say any school bond placed on the ballot is not going to cover the enormous needs of K 12 schools and community colleges, but this money would help address the most urgent needs. They say that the funds to make the basic structural repairs needed at every school are lacking. Students need safe spaces to learn in order to reach their full potential. Supporters also say that Prop 2 would increase access to quality, affordable higher education for all Californians, including returning veterans. It would allow more students to start their college education and transfer to a 4 year university without crushing debt.
And what do opponents say?
Opponents say bonds are borrowed money that must be paid back, plus interest, even if that means cutting vital programs to do it. They say that children in school today would be drowning in new debt for decades if Prop 2 passes. Opponents also say that it's reckless to borrow billions more to pay for more school buildings when district enrollment is declining in both K 12 public schools and community colleges.
Now, Carol Joy, can you tell us about campaign financing?
Sure, Becky. Through August 21st, a total of $1.8 million has been contributed in support of Prop 2. You can see the top contributors there on your screen. And in opposition, no contributions have been filed to date.
In conclusion, what does a yes vote and a no vote mean?
Okay, a yes vote supports issuing the $10 billion in bonds for repair, upgrade, and construction of public education facilities. And a no vote opposes issuing this $10 billion in bonds.
Thanks, Carol Joy.
You're welcome, Becky.